Did you know that one of the Africa's richest neighborhoods and one of the poorest slums is this just a minute apart?
What is going on here?
But what does it actually feel like to experience both worlds in one day? I think you have to experience this, to be honest. There is two sides to life. Lagos is going at an insane rate. On one side, billion-dollar mansions, Banana Island,
1% of the 1%.
For just 480 million naira, 1.3 billion naira, here I give 200 naira.
and the other side is a floating wooden houses.
People here, what do they want?
The rent started from like 10,000.
In today's video, we'll be exploring Lagos, Nigeria in a way most people never do. To find out, I'll link up with another famous YouTuber. Gano did it. What's your impressions about Nigeria first time?
Nigeria or Nigerians?
A traveler who has visited every country in West Africa. He has been to Nigeria before, but something about this country keeps pulling him back. And this is the second time in Nigeria, and now he's back into the country and he calls me that, "Hey Pharouk, what's up? Come on."
I've heard so many things about Nigeria, especially Lagos. And when I told people that I was going to Nigeria, one of the things said to me were,
"Be very careful.
Nigerians are scammers.
Lagos is a jungle.
They'll kidnap you." These were the things said to me by other people, but the truth is, it was actually the same perception that I have of Nigeria. But upon arriving here, I found myself questioning that perception. Is this the Nigeria that I was always warned about?
Lagos, Nigeria is going at an insane rate and is not a place you can explore the whole day. So we kick things off in Victoria Island, one of the most affluent areas in Lagos. And here, what you can see, business hubs, luxury houses and cars everywhere, massive skyscrapers, high-end hotels and rooftop bars, people spending thousands of dollars in a single night. But beyond the money, what makes people fall in love with Lagos? I asked Gano this question.
What I like the most about Nigerians is like how open-minded they are. Yeah, man. You give them that. Anyone can come here and just do your stuff, man. First of all, I'll say, like, as a black person, if you come to Nigeria, like, there's no way you'll stand out. Like, you'll feel like you are a foreigner. Wow. You understand? I think I've been to the whole of West Africa. It's only in Nigeria you can feel that way, right? And I think that is because of the diversity here, right? Okay. Because you have the different ethnic, there's a lot of tribes, so there's a lot of differences, you understand? So you cannot come here and stand out, if you're a black person, and stand out. You look like me, if you don't look at me now and say I'm not Nigerian, unless when I talk, you understand? So that's the thing, you cannot just be walking down and people see I'm saying foreigners. And even if they know you are not Nigerian, people don't treat you like in other countries, where if you are not from there, the way they treat you is different in Nigeria. Right? And they'll just say, "My brother," they'll just welcome you and accept you. So I like that, right?
We're all together, we are one.
Yeah, so that's what I like about Nigeria. And that is why it is actually my favorite country in the whole of West Africa.
Wow.
You understand?
As we stroll through the street, we burn to a Chicken Republic, a fast food restaurant known in Nigeria, because we are starving. We have to talk about Africa's most debatable food topic, jollof rice. What do you think the originator of the food, Senegambia, will say? Wow, perfect, right?
It's really good. But then, Senegambian jollof still better.
But anyway, I felt the Senegali jollof rice is totally right.
Some food videos based on the restaurant, but this is the fast food, right? They are fast food, so the home cooked might be different. So before I go, hopefully I'll try the home cooked one, a home cooked Nigerian jollof. Then I'll make the actual joint fry.
So guys, I just want to show Gano the Trinity Towers, and what do you think about the Trinity Towers?
Me, I see the Redeemed Christian Church. So it's like this is a church.
Yeah, the church.
This church people have money, huh?
But Lagos is more than just about wealth. It is about movement. So next, we eat the water. If Victoria Island is luxurious, Banana Island is another level, and here is why.
Banana Island is home to some of the most expensive and prestigious properties in Africa. It's also home to the highest concentration of billionaires on the continent. 36 occupants of this island own private jets. Inside Banana Island is one of the most luxurious buildings, which we are going to be exploring today.
But before that, we met up with Enike, a Nigerian traveler who has been to all the 36 states of Nigeria. She has seen the entire country, but what would she think of Nigeria's most exclusive neighborhood? In Banana Island, you will find mansions worth $5 million to $15 million, private waterfront villas with yacht, old money and new money, celebrity mansions, and just pure and quiet vibe. But getting into the Banana Island to explore, that is nearly impossible. The security is tight, and unless you own the properties here, your options are very limited. So what do? We did the next best thing. We cruised through the Lagos Lagoon, passing through the insane expensive estate on the way. Everything felt cleaner, calmer, and richer. But as we soaked in the luxury vibe, two thoughts hit me. One, I feel inspired because I want to work hard to experience this kind of lifestyle, impact my community, and leave a legacy. And the second thought, I become more curious. Just across this water, another world exists, and that's exactly where we are heading next.
Yeah, how do you feel?
Egmont, I feel very good.
You have learned the word Egmont.
Egmont, riding through this, especially going through the Banana Island, looking at this, multi-million-dollar mansions and properties, I feel truly inspired, But also I feel at peace just riding through it, right? Just being there, just being present, it felt really good, Yeah.
So you like to live?
Absolutely. If I had, yes, even if they give me one boys' quarters there, I will take,
So let's go and check Makoko
next time.
It was really, I don't know, the view, so nice, beautiful, very, very. Yes, and the mansions though. I know I'll get to live there someday. I know. Thank you.
Leaving Banana Island behind, we took a wooden canoe into the Makoko, often called the Venice of Africa.
Let's go to Makoko. Mulemao. Good team, Abby.
Hello. Which one? This one?
Yeah. Careful. Okay, so you're my man. So, who am I going to see? This is my first time in Makoko, Lagos.
Makoko like this, it's fine. Everything is okay. My community Makoko is okay. It's here, Nico. They pay. Àwọn àlàáfíà ló wà. So, kò sí wàhálà, no problem.
Compared to my first experience, this is kind of different, very different. You can see this is what people use to commute every day inside this water. You can see this one selling pure water. There is traffic on the water. But let us be real, Makoko is nothing like Venice. Houses sitting on wooden sails, kids paddling their own canoe to school, entire family living in a floating wooden hut. And this does not really feel like Lagos to me, but it's still the Lagos reality.
They have everything in Makoko. They have schools, they do business, there is church, there is mosques, children place, they have almost everything. Okay, this is like a life on its own in Nigeria, Lagos. This weekend is a community. And this is my first time in Makoko. And getting to experience this compared to the other side I just showed you guys is kind of marvelous.
But despite the struggle, Makoko felt alive, kids were playing and fishermen were hustling.
I think you have to experience this, to be honest. There is two sides to life. To my own, it's two sides to life, and it's good to always experience this. So, and that's why everything they are still happy. Like everyone is happy.
So, as far as we are here in Makoko, we are happy with everything we have, even though we are lacking some amenities that to sustain, to make it even more better than it was supposed it was now. So we are only and we are pleading to the world if they can come in, support Makoko and beg the government to not demolish the community, make the community safe. So we have been in this community for over 38 years. Yes. This community is more than 100 years. Yes. Because many people here started from their great grandfathers, and the great grandfathers left it to the kids left it to the grandchildren, so it continues because the livelihood here is fishing. So we believe mostly to stay around water so that our businesses can flourish. On most houses here is an inheritance, yes, from grandparents. But if you want to, like, okay, I don't have one, but let me just get one and use for like, okay, a year or so. The rent started from like 10,000 for a month. How are you? The children start immediately they are born, like 2 years, 3 years, they will start teaching them how to swim because that's the number one safety. Yes. Because safety first. So if the children can swim, then the parents will be free, like to leave them, go for their other businesses and come back and see them safe. Yes. Yes, at the age of you see many young children. Assuming you came in the morning, you see children swimming here.
Two was separated by just a stretch of water, and honestly, the contrast was shocking and visible except you had no heart. After the exploration, Gano and Ike said something that really stuck with me.
Yeah, I wouldn't even try to juxtapose them based on maybe having money or anything. My issue right now is that, yes, this place is actually an amazing place for you to have this big town, this big city, or this big, huge amount of people living on water. Like it's so unique having people. They have their baths, they eat, they do every single thing on water, and it's a very large community. So having to have that and not being able to do the bare minimum of even having it being clean, like that's just it, just having it being clean. And I wouldn't say it's even a government issue, it's a personal hygiene issue. He mentioned how it's because they don't have waste disposal system. I don't think that's the issue. People on land, there are places to throw dirt on land. So yeah, so my issue now is just, I wish they just understood the relevance of having it clean, of how magical they have a place, but just having it clean or having to look after it, maybe they don't see how unique where they stay is. So yeah, so that's just it. So because yes, we had a boat cruise, it's nature, right? You just have people having the sense that okay, you don't pollute nature. Yeah, so but it's a unique place, it's an amazing place. I just wish they took care of it better.
You want to like feel sorry for them also because of where they live, but then in a way also they're like happy as well, right? So you kind of, because they have this like everyone you see, they're smiling, they're happy, they are free of worries, right? And meanwhile you tend to see other people who you think they have it all figured out, they have it all, and you don't see that much joy or smile in their faces, right? So I mean, you tend to ask yourself, what is going on here, right? You know, you ask yourself, what is going on here? Why?
So, compared to the boat cruise, that was very contrast. What's the experience?
It's obvious, right? You don't want to be in that. Like, you don't want to. I mean, we went there, we saw, but all the people that we passed there, no one was like waving at us, smiling at us, right? No one was waving at us. It's like everyone is thinking about the next thing. The next thing. People are not even living in the moment. But here, like, people are free of worry, man. The people are present. Like, they're pretty much where their feet are. You know how they say, be where your feet are? These people are like them. physical embodiment of like they are where they feel like they are in the moment. They seem to be happy, even though to us we see it like they lack a lot of things. But I don't think they do. Like to them, right? Their life is good, right? Yeah, and like the guy said, like Latif said, he said they lack a few things like schools and things like that. But overall, I think the people are happy, and that's what matters. Everyone in life, like pretty much everyone, is chasing happiness. So if you have to, I mean, some people they buy big cars, big mansions just to be happy. They buy drugs, they take just to be happy. And if you can be happy without going through any of those things, I think you kind of like have it figured out in life, right? So these people, they have that, right? So I mean, it's not ideal to live in this situation, especially like the way it is dirty and like he said, the mosquitoes and all of those things. But that's life, man. It's not balanced, it's not fair, Yeah, that's how it is, man. That's just how life is, man.
So what lessons do you learn? Like what lessons do you this kind of experience?
Me, one thing that, not lesson, but one thing is like gratitude, right? Like you really have a lot to be thankful for, right? And then sometimes you tend to think like you are worrying about so many things, so many unnecessary things. Okay. Like for us, like we are worrying about things that actually, in the grand scheme of things, like they are so unnecessary, right? That like just riding through here, you learn that like people here, what do they want? Food. Like all their work is just basic needs. That's what they are working for all their life. For us, we have all that figured out. Now we are thinking about big things that are like, even if you don't have it, it will not kill you, right? So that's the difference, right? Like gratitude. That's just one word, gratitude. Yeah, man. Right. And I also drank the water, so it's doing my stomach like this right now.
Drank the water?
Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you.
What now? They are drinking
Oh,
water.
okay.
Lagos is not just about the rich versus poor. It is about the people who make the city what it is. We experience the both worlds in one day, but what does this contrast really mean? Drop a comment, I'm reading all of them, and if you want to see more travel stories from Africa and the world, please like, share and subscribe because this will encourage me to explore more for you.